Hey everyone, another final order cutoff video for you. This one's going to cover April 6th. So if you don't want to miss out on some of these books, make sure you reach out to your local store and pick them up. All right, so starting things off, we have a new series from Mad Cave Studios. This one is called 51. We have two books that are actually on FOC right now. You're going to have the second printing of the first issue, and then we also have number 2 that's coming out. This follows the story of a screw up, for lack of a better term, that has a very powerful father, and he decides that his punishment is going to be that he has to go work at Area 51. Some hijinks ensue, and now the world has a whole bunch of crazy stuff unleashed on it, and this supposed screw up has to do whatever he can to fix the problem. It's really fun. I definitely enjoyed number 1. So if you're looking for something that's fun, not too serious, and kind of tackles, the mystery of Area 51, definitely check this one out. All right, and then we have one of my favorite ongoing series right now from Ignition Press. It is called Arcadia. So this is issue number 5. The idea here is that humanity has vanished, and there is a new form of artificial beings that have come out of somewhere. And it's really all about just discovering what that means for these artificial beings. What do they know about humanity before they vanished? It's a story about love and memory and loss, and it is just fantastic. It just keeps getting better and better with each issue. So this is one that I highly recommend, and really anything from Ignition Press has been really great recently. So, okay, next up, if you are a fan of the Brzrkr universe, this has ties to Keanu Reeves. For you, those of you who don't know, they have a one-shot that's coming out that kind of further expands the universe here. So this is Brzrkr Light Draws Breath. Again, this is a one-shot, and it's just a part of a series of collections that are just looking to provide more detail for this universe. So if you're a fan of that series, definitely check it out. Next up, we have something from Titan Publishing. It's called Elric, the Sleeping Sorceress. This is number 1 of 2, and if you're not familiar, this follows a very popular science fiction book that was written, I believe, in the 70s by Michael Moorcock, and it follows the Eternal Champion saga. This is something that if you know what it is, you're probably really, really going to be interested in this one. I'm not too familiar, but the artwork looks really cool, and it seems to be something a lot of people are excited about, so I might check this one out. Then from Vault Comics, we have a new one I'm very excited about. This one's called Excommunicated. And if the name Vault Comics is familiar to you, it might be because they came out with a new series, I think about a month ago. It's called Nectar. It's sold out everywhere. It's very cool, by the way. I did read that one. This is just the next comic that's coming out from them. So if you liked what you saw from Nectar, this might be something that you also enjoy. The premise is very cool. You have a nun and a demon who end up being excommunicated from the church. They're also barred from hell because they took part in a botched exorcism. Now they have to work together to either solve the problem or get something figured out. And so, this is right up my alley. Any type of spiritual horror story like this, I'm probably going to like. So this is what I'm really hyped for and will definitely be picking up. Then we have another new series from Mad Cave Studios. This is called Exploit. This is number 2. I think there is only going to be 4 or 5 issues of this one, but issue number 1 is pretty fun. Follows the story of a woman who is an intern at a publishing company. This particular publishing company is known for pushing boundaries and breaking hard stories. Long story short, she is only an intern, but she has found herself into a very dangerous and I don't know if I'd say earth-shattering, but for a certain company, it's a very shattering story. And so this really just follows the danger that she's getting herself in. It's a really cool read, very fun, and looking forward to what else they have in stock. All right, from Image Comics, we have Final Boss, Masked Vigilante. This is a one-shot. If you've been enjoying the Final Boss series, I would definitely pick this one up. It follows a fan favorite, which is called The Masked Vigilante. Just a one-shot to, expand on the lore of this universe. Again, if you liked Final Boss, it's really heavy on the fighting and violence type of thing. Definitely pick this one up. The artwork is cool. Tyler Kirkham is the artist, and he's really nailing it on this one. Then we have something from Bad Idea. This is called Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, A Slice of Life. This is issue number 1 of 2. If you like crime noir and you like kind of a silly take on it, I would definitely pick this one up. They just had another one that came out that was, I think, 2 issues. It wasn't anything incredible in my opinion, but it was just like, again, a silly take on crime noir. If that's up your alley, check it out. Bad Idea has some good stuff as well, so might be interesting to you if you like that sort of thing. All right, next up we have another title from Mad Cave Studios. This is Honor and Curse Eternal. This is issue number 2. This is a new series that came out that follows the story of a samurai who, after 600 years, finds himself in present day New York. He has a curse, and it's really just catching up to him. This is a really cool series. If this sounds interesting to you, definitely check it out. All right, next up we have something from Invader Comics that actually just came off of Kickstarter and is now on final order cutoff for local stores. This is called The Devil in the Herd. This is a Western story that takes place in the American Southwest. It follows a cattle drive who is met up with a man who doesn't have a face, he has red eyes, and it turns out to be Satan himself. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely check it out. I did back this Kickstarter. I stumbled across it on TikTok after I checked out The Digger, which is another one of the series from Invader Comics. This one just looked cool and I had to check it out. So definitely look into this one. Then we have another new series from Mad Cave Studios. This one is Ted Okay. You might have heard me talk about this before, but it follows a very similar story to the show Severance on Apple TV. It's a story about a man who works for a mega corporation, and someone ends up finding out that perhaps this individual is in trouble or this corporation is taking advantage of him or something like that. So if you like Severance on Apple TV, definitely check this one out. All right, next up we have a new series from Boom Studios. This is issue number 2 of Neighborhood Watch. This is a story that's like a drama based on 2 connecting neighborhoods. There's some sort of crime that takes place that has them both at odds. And so really just expecting a nice little drama-filled neighborhood, neighborly story here. I don't know how else to say it, but this one's interesting. All right, next up we have 2 issues from Bad Idea. This is a new series called Ordained. I absolutely love this series, so I can't wait for both of these. Long story short, this follows the story of a priest who does last rites on a mob boss. So on his deathbed, he is spilling all these secrets to the priest. He makes a miraculous recovery. And so now the mob boss really doesn't want the priest around anymore because he knows a lot of secrets that he doesn't want getting out. So we have Ordained Zero, the machine. This follows the story of one of the hitmen from the mob boss who is going after this priest. And then we have Ordained number 3, which is just the next issue in the series. This has already been optioned for a screen adaptation. It has ties to John Wick. It's fantastic. If you're a fan of John Wick in any way, shape, or form, you really, really need to pick this one up. I love it. You should read it. Don't miss out on this one. Then we have a new series from Ignition Press. This is called Showdown. This is a family drama story that is rooted in revenge. It is described as knuckles will be bruised, noses will be broken, and so will hearts. Sounds pretty cool. Again, Ignition Press really doesn't disappoint. And so really whatever they put out, I'm going to pick up. But this one sounds pretty cool. And then last on our list is a new Image series that's received a ton of hype. This is White Sky, number 3. I absolutely love this series. If you are a fan of The Last of Us, you should pick this up. If you are a fan of post-apocalyptic stories, you should pick this up. And honestly, if you aren't someone who buys a lot of indie comics, you're more on the big 2 with Marvel and DC, just check this one out. It follows the story of a father and daughter who are in this post-apocalyptic wasteland. The twist here is instead of having something like zombies, it's ghosts that are the threat, among other things, which you will see if you start reading this series. So don't miss out on this one either. I really think it's great and definitely worth picking up. All right, well, that's all we have for this week's FOC video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Talk to you later.